everyone, I am Princess Daos and I am here to present Barangay Batino. The total land area of Barangay Batino is 6.18 square kilometers. The two sitios of barangay are Proper and Balite, now called Dalig. The total population of this barangay is 997. The total number of households is 206. Do you know where the word Batino came from? According to the old folks, Batino was taken from a name of a tree, Batino. It was a tall and straight tree with minimal branches. Batino is said to be the sitio of Mother Barangay Silunay. During the early times, barangay was not yet developed and no signs of improvement. One could only see timberlands and wildlands. Because of its vast land and fertile soil, some inhabitants from the neighboring barangay attempted to develop the area. They succeeded because of industry and patience. These were the families of Ascans, Sulits, Cleofe, and Espiritus from Batangas. Later, the success of the first group of inhabitants in Barangay Batino was then known to others who, in turn, were motivated to live in this area. Majority of them were engaged in farming, which became their source of living. This led to an increase in population. Among the prime products of barangay were lanzones, calamansi, rambutan, and other citrus fruits. Because of the cooperation shown by the inhabitants, this place was then developed and improved. One of the notable account in the history of barangay happened in 1904 when a certain Tomasa Alcala was sexually harassed by Manuel L. Quezon, who was fiscal of the province during those times, September 1903 to March 1904. Through the initiative of the resident, the sitio became an independent barangay in 1930. The first barangay leader was Severino Abotara. Barangay Batino was a progressive barangay which could be seen by developmental projects. The barangay officials and residents formed an organization and selected a leader who would lead Barangay Batino in the construction of an elementary school, waiting shed, barangay center, basketball court, and barangay roads. The area can be reached by tricycle and jeepney. Today, this barangay can be considered as one of the top barangays of the Calapan City because of its achievements. The value of cooperation among the residents of the barangay is well pronounced because everybody works for the development of barangay. We are now done about the land area, total population, number of household, and historical background of Barangay Batino. We are now moving about the source of income of this barangay. The sources of income of Barangay Batino. Subsisting on 600 sources, 600 hectares of land whose of income primary product is palay. 97% of the residents are engaged in farming. However, while the farmers are waiting for their palay to harvest, 20% of them are engaged in fishing. A river in situ Dalig is a good fishing ground for the fox. Freshwater fishes like mudfish, catfish, and tilapia are usually caught. 40% of those farmers are engaged in the labor force like carpentry and housing. Public and private employment is the source of income of 2% of the residents. Those who work in public are teachers and employees at the office of the Commission on Election. On the other hand, 7% of housewives are engaged in retail stores, working as overseas contract workers or OCWs in places like Taiwan, Saudi, Italy, Germany, and Canada comprise 3% of the area. Sideline jobs are 30% involve carabao and hogs and cattle raising, while others are engaged in extracting coconut shoots. Fruit-bearing trees are also other sources of barangay incomes. Mangoes and bananas are the dominant fruits planted in the locality. 7% of the vehicles, where include tricycle and jeepney, are used as means of transportation.
Severino Abutor achievements 1930 to 1956 was the barangay founder of Barangay Baruyan. He also initiated the official constructions of the elementary school for grade 1 to 6. Because of his concern for the barangay, he donated 1 hectare of land for the school site and the barangay chapel. He started the construction of Barangay Road going to Managpi. Rosendo Viñas, 1956 to 1960, continued the projects initiated by Mr. Abutor. Julian Briton, 1960 to 1940, was recommended for the formulation of the barangay ordinance on the loitering of animals. The owner pays a damage fee of 5 to 10 pesos for pet animals found loitering and destroying plants in the barangay. Dionisio Sulit, 1964 to 1968, was noted for the renovation of the road going to Managpi. Leonardo Bautista, 1968 to 1972, was responsible for the construction of Barangay Road going to the National Road. Laurentino Gutierrez, 1972 to 1982, accomplished a lot in the barangay. These were regraveling of Barangay Road, establishment of 2 deep wells in Sitio Dalig and Bucana, construction of a basketball court in Sitio proper, and electrification of the whole barangay. Rufino Davalos, 1982 to 1984, together with his officer in charge, Godofredo Ilaw, 1984 to 1989, were noted for the maintenance of peace and order in the locality and the construction of a waiting shed. Delphine Cos, 1989 to 1994, launched various projects such as acquisition of 34 chairs, 10 tables, and a clock for the barangay hall. Continued the construction of the barangay center in Sitio proper, construction of a multi-purpose hall in Sitio proper. Construction of a barangay basketball court in Sitio proper. Regraveling of the barangay road in Sitio proper. Construction of barangay center and barangay hall. Construction of a barangay stage in Sitio proper. Construction of an elementary school building for grades 5 to grade 6. Planting of 1,000 mahogany. Launching livelihood projects like the distribution of seeds to the farmers through the Department of Agriculture. Launched medical mission through the help of Department of Health. Construction of a school canteen building. Renovation of the elementary school. Renovation of 2 waiting sheds and construction of 1 waiting shed. Painting of barangay hall. Acquisition of a ceiling fan for the barangay hall. Evaristo Sulit in 1994-1997 has achieved notable projects. Among those were construction of a barangay elementary school building with 2 rooms for grade 1 and 4 in Sitio proper, 1 classroom, construction of 7 footbridges in Sitio Dalig, 2 in proper and Dulo, 3 between Batino and Kamansihan. Acquisition of 1 unit of radio communication, construction of a barangay stage inside the elementary school, installation of water pumps in all sitios, titling of a lot to be the site of the elementary school, construction of 3 waiting sheds in Sitio Dalig proper, regraveling of Barangay Road. Next one is Armando Espirito. In 1997 to 2002, has been noted for the array of achievements he has done for the barangay. Among those were acquisition of 27 uniforms for barangay officials, procurement of a transformer for the barangay, regraveling of barangay roads and provincial road, acquisition of 1 unit grass cutter, installation of 17 jetmatic pumps for all sitios, acquisition of 1 unit radio communication and 1 battery charger, installation of 75 units of toilet bowls for barangay households, acquisition of medicines for residents, renovation of barangay elementary school at Sitio Gitnang Batino, establishments of a court within the vicinity of the school, renovation irrigation canal which runs end-to-end of the barangay periphery, construction of a barangay library inside the elementary school, construction of library in elementary school, construction of a barangay basketball court in Sitio Dalig, installation of 2 for bridges in Sitio proper and Dulo, construction of rooms and toilet inside the elementary school, fencing of the barangay hall, electrification of the elementary school, installation of 14 units of streetlights in all sites, acquisition of books and encyclopedia, acquisition of office supplies such as 36 chairs, karaoke, and electric fan. Continued the construction of the barangay hall, concreting of barangay roads starting in front of the chapel, providing free-flowing water supply for 2 sitios, construction of rice solar dryer, putting additional 14 units of streetlights in Sitio Dalig 7, and concreting public toilets.
Now let's talk about the problems of Barangay Batino. Lack of adequate water supply for household consumption. No peace and order in the locality because of the presence of various vices. No street lights. Lack of public playground. Future plans of Barangay Batino are: among the anticipated projects are a good source of potable water, street lights along the provincial road, and barangay playground for the kids. That's all for Barangay Batino.